it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video. Welcome back. To be honest, I don't know what I've got. I've got a couple recorded already, but I don't know when they're going up because I forgot and I'm not looking. And this is the first one I'm recording since I got back from my Christmas holiday trip. So welcome back. If it's the first one that comes up, well then that's that. What I've got is a picture from our holiday trip. This is me and my daughter. This is in the Jefferson Memorial, I believe it was. And it was freaking cold that day, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. We were so cold. And I just took this picture to send it to my mom, and I thought we looked kind of cute with the little furry hats and stuff, and it just tells me that it's cold. So I did get my Hip Kit December 22 club, or Hip Kit Club December 22 when I was gone. So I came home to Happy Mail, and this collection is called, it's a Hip Kit exclusive. And I think the name of it, I don't have my glasses on, y'all, but it says Winter Moments with You. So I thought this is perfect because frankly, that's why I picked the picture, because I go, I got this cute kit. And I think what I'm going to do is use this as the background. And I love this here. I thought this goes kind of pretty with there's a little bit of blue tint on the picture and there's black and stuff. Anyways, and I got these 3 pieces. So I know I'm going to use these. Might pull out some others. We got a whole stack over here. There's a little font. I got some chipboard pieces, which I love these. So we'll see how this comes together. Some cardstock stickers and some ephemera. So I should have plenty to work with. I don't know yet if I'm going to be inking or anything or scuffing or something. I may be tearing and all the things. So give me just a moment. I'm going to trim this guy down and kind of think about my design because I'm not 100% sure yet. And I'll come back on soon. Okay, everybody. So what I've done so far is I've decided I'm going to double layer or double, what I want to call this. I guess it's kind of double layer. The darker paper over the light blue and then have that little diagonal stripe as the background. And I saw this trick on a video. I think it might have been Shannon over at She's Crafty, where she took the 2 papers and she put them together and then she tore them so that they're not, I wouldn't suggest necessarily an identical match on the tears, but they're kind of identical. They're pretty much identical, I guess. And then you kind of offset one, so they got these great layers where they're just identical tears with an offset. And this worked really great, except when I go to trim them in a minute. I don't show y'all, I do it off camera, but I get one of them real crooked. And I honestly don't know that I have a full 12 by 12 when I get done trimming this stuff up. I might have something like a 12 by 11 3/4 or something. I can't really tell, so I'm not going to worry about it, but I definitely kind of boogered up the side of one of them. But anyway, you paste the two layers together here. You see how I've offset that little dark blue paper there? And so I'm going to end up trimming, I'm going to have to trim those little corners off is the deal. And y'all, my cat is all in my business right now. She's all up in my face. I'm trying to stick my camera where I can see it. Anyway, here's where I see where I've got to trim off those little corners, and I accidentally put a little bit of glue too there. So it takes me just a second because I can't put the straight edge up against the edge there, and I'm trying to do this, and yeah, it doesn't go perfectly well, but it's not terrible, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then after I get this done, I do go ahead and triple mat the photo as well. I use the 2 scraps, the back side of the tears I just made, and then I pulled out one more sheet from the collection with the yellow. So you can kind of see the yellow with little, they're not really polka dots. It's kind of a dotted pattern, but they're not really polka dots. Anyway, I go ahead and triple mat the photo there, and I'm going to put that up there, kind of offset center in the upper left there. I did use my finger and kind of curl the edges of the paper just a little bit where the tears are. And I've decided the title is going to be Winter Fun at Jefferson Memorial, and I'm going to build that out of this font here, and I think this font is too cute. It's got a little bit of an ombre going on. It starts off a little bit darker at the top with a little bit more pinky, like a darker orangey pink, and then it kind of goes more pinky pink. But it looks kind of cool once I get the letters put down here. It's kind of I wouldn't say it's exactly ombre, but it's kind of ombre. And the reason I called it that is, y'all, so we went on vacation to Washington, D.C., and mostly we spent time looking at the memorials and the museums and all that kind of stuff. And this one particular day, and we went up there, y'all, and it was that, this is fairly recent, so you'll probably remember, but this winter storm came down and hit like 60 or 70% of the U.S., and it was cold. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. It was actually warmer where we were than it was in Texas. So we were texting family back in Texas, and it was like, holy cow, y'all are like -2 or something. I don't remember what it was, but it was real bad. So it wasn't quite as cold up there, believe it or not. However, it was freaking cold. And we had made the decision not to rent a car because it was going to be honestly really expensive, and then with parking and everything else, it was like, you know what, if we just Uber and walk, it'll be less expensive. So that's what we decided to do. But we weren't trying to use Uber everywhere we went because it's a walkable city, right? So this particular day we had done something. I'd have to go back and look at my pictures. I don't remember what we'd done, but we thought we're going to go in and we're going to go walk to the Jefferson Memorial. It's not that far. It's a half mile or something, or it might have been a mile from wherever we were. Well, we didn't count on our little Texan blood being so cold. So we were bundled up, y'all. This is these coats that we had on, and we were bundled in them, and we had gloves and all the things. So by the time we got to the Jefferson Memorial, which is also off of a body of water, so it's very, very cold. And they had it under construction, so it was kind of unfortunate because there's a little bit of construction stuff around. We still got a decent little picture here, but the bathrooms were outside. It was just kind of a little bit of a hot mess with the weather. But anyway, we went up in there and took this little selfie, and we were just cold as crap, if I'm honest. But it was really cool. We saw the memorial and read the inscriptions and different things like that. And it was very cool. But anyway, that's the reason for the title being Winter Fun, because it was definitely cold. And that's why the ephemera here, I put that over to the left. I sorted through the ephemera pack, and I set it off to the side before I got back on camera here. And I did pull out the sweater and the little Uggs and the little gloves. Oh, I didn't pull the gloves. Oh, yeah, I did. Put the gloves down there in the lower right. You've seen that. I've set those down there. So I got the sweater and the Uggs on the left side, and then I've got the little gloves down the lower right side, and then I got that hat there because she had on a hat. You can't see it because it's up underneath the coat, but she had on one of them little crocheted hats. And that all just kind of went real well. And then I did pull out a little piece that says having fun. And then I've got this little banner that says good moments with you. And I'm just kind of picking little pieces of ephemera. There's one down there also that says birthday, which is perfect. And then I found on the chipboard stickers these little little chipboard. There's phrases on there. One of them says, it might be cold and wet outside, but who cares? Let's go have fun. One of them says, gosh, it's freezing. One of them says winter vacation plans, and then the other one says all bundled up. And those all went kind of perfectly with my picture and my theme and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really just kind of trying to build out my clusters. I did decide to pull in those two little, I think it called it cardstock stickers. It's almost got a washi tape feel. It's got, I pulled out a pink with like little navy, teeny little dots on it, and then the yellow with a little hashtag, what was that called? Hashtag pattern on it, I guess. And I made a little horizontal shelf there just to let me put my embellishments and stuff without making them look like they're floating. The title needed a little something too, but it wasn't too bad. But the embellishments definitely had to have a little something. So I pulled that over to the left. I almost did little fishtails on it, but I thought, no, after I've layered those two up, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to use my Nouveau glue here just to put down the pieces that I know I don't want to be raised, because I will bring out foam tape in a minute. And I will be putting that underneath the little hat, and having fun and birthday. I'll put some foam tape up underneath those things just to give it dimension. And you'll see I'm kind of doing that here. We did have a really good time, though. We were gone like 8 days. And we saw all kinds of stuff, y'all. And so you'll probably be seeing some pictures being scrapbooked over the next little bit here. Because honestly, I find myself, I'm terrible about this. I'll start scrapbooking vacation pictures. And I'll get through, I don't know, a third or a half maybe, and then I'll get distracted and start scrapbooking something else because some other event comes along. Because I realized the other day as I was thinking about these pictures in my scrapbooking, I thought, oh my God, did I ever finish our trip from Nashville last year? And I'm going to bet you money I haven't. I need to get into my stuff and look and see, because I'm pretty sure I still have Nashville pictures I need to be scrapbooking from last year's Christmas trip. Oh well, there's always something to scrapbook, so I don't really worry about it. I've got pictures everywhere, and it'll last for years. And maybe when I retire, I'll catch up, but it's unlikely. And I'm not going to worry about that either. Anyways, I'm going through and I'm putting the little foam pieces. This is where I got my hat. I will also, the font, the letter puffy font thing there on the back side, I don't think I showed you. You might have seen it when I did the word at. But there's actually little enamel dots, different colors. And I want to be able to use those as well. So I've got the little snowflakey circle things up there in the upper left. And I kind of like that. But I'm going to end up pulling out some of my little enamel dots. They're not enamel, though. They're technically part of that little puffy font. I'm going to pull those out, too, and use a few of those. And actually, it's kind of nice because it's a little bit of a rainbow. They've got a bunch going on in there. Yeah, these coats, though, it was kind of funny. We bought these coats when we went to Nashville. Me and my daughter and I went to Nashville in November, and we didn't think to bring coats then because, y'all, we just don't own coats. I mean, we really just don't. We don't need them here in Texas. We're rarely outside in the cold. We just don't have it that cold. And then when it does get cold, we're kind of smart enough not to go out in it, so we don't own coats. So we bought these in Nashville because it got cold and we had no coats. And they actually are really cute. They're Michael Kors. They were on sale, and they are very flattering, too. I'm not going to lie. I felt real pretty in it. Anyway, I've got those 3 little snowflake circle pieces glued down there, and I'm kind of just poking through the ephemera again to see. I wanted to use that fox, but because I like to use foxes on layouts with my daughter, but I can use it on a different one. But it just wasn't going to work here because if I put him in the lower right corner, there's my cat knocking stuff over.
if I put him in the lower right corner, he'd be looking off the page, and I really didn't want that. And I didn't think he was going to look good over on the sweaters and stuff, so I didn't use him this time, but I'll use him pretty near future. I did put most of the little phrases down on the lower right on that little clipboard deal, but I'll put one more, the little, all bundled up. It'll go up underneath the little cluster over there. Oh, I did that already. There, you see it. And I'm just kind of flipping. Now, here's where I was pulling out those little enamel dots. And I'm going to just put a few of these. I think I put 3. Yeah, I put 3 on the left side cluster there. I just put 1 up underneath or on top of the little snowflake by the hat in a minute. And then I'm going to put just 2 down there on that little clipboard. And I know that's a little strange, but that's 3 and 3. So that's still kind of an odd. Well, I don't know if that really is or not. 1 and 2. I don't know. Does it really matter? Not really. I thought it looked cute. I don't really have to journal too much because I think I'm going to put this all in the same album where it's going to be like, you know, DC or whatever. So I didn't put the year or anything like that on there. I mean, obviously I have the location with the Jefferson Memorial, but I didn't put the year on here because I think that's going to be with it in another batch of layouts. And I don't know why this was the very first picture I decided to scrapbook, except it went with my collection. I think I've said before, I don't really go chronologically or anything, and I don't really have a reason or rhyme sometimes for picking things other than it just goes with something I'm trying to use up. And I really wanted to get into my hip kit collection. Okay, so this is pretty much, oh, I do glue this little heart down. I did like that little heart, and I thought, you know what, that looks cute right there. So she's going to go right there. And that's all I'm going to do. I thought about some sprinkles, and I thought, no, Christine, you got a lot going on with all this ephemera and everything, so we're going to leave it be. And that's all I'm going to do to this layout, y'all. So I'm going to pull it up close here so you can see it. I think this turned out real cute. And yeah, there we go. It's a really unique color palette. I love it for wintertime. It's a little different with the pinks and things. And I say that. I guess there was Pink Fresh had something not too long ago with it. But I like this little color palette, and it looks really cute. So thanks so much for watching. Welcome back, you guys. Excited for the year. I've been setting plans and goals and all that kind of stuff. And I'm hopeful to be able to I'll do the 30 days of sketches in March, and we'll have all kinds of fun stuff going on. We'll see you next time. Bye.